All right, be a lot less tears this time, I promise. Okay, welcome. Abby and I want to thank every single one of you for coming out today. We are so honored that each of you decided to share and be a part of this moment with us. We know many of you traveled far and wide like we did to be with us here today, and we are deeply grateful. When we got engaged a little over a year and a half ago, we didn't fully realize what the undertaking of planning a wedding from 600 miles away would be like, with Abby in grad school and me working. But none of this could have been possible without the support of some very special people. First, Abby's parents, Darla and Teresa, and my mom, Barb, and my dad, Ken, or Pops. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for all your love and support. I lied. It's going to happen. For all your love and support and contributions, we love you, and this day wouldn't be possible without all of you. Second, to our friends and family sitting up here with us, and those spread throughout the hall, thank you. There's a reason you're all here today. It's because we love you. You've been there for the laughs, cries, celebrations, and overall, we are so grateful that you're a part of our lives, and we couldn't imagine celebrating this milestone without all of you. Finally, to our vendors, the Haw Valley staff, Nick with Big Show Productions for not only being our incredible officiant, but also our DJ, Bliss 11 Photography, Simply Cinematic Videography, Two Mics Catering, Tease Liquor, Rogue Event and Design, Shelly Dugan, Melissa Honor, and so many others. Planning a wedding from out of state wasn't ideal, but with all of your help, you made it feel easy. This event quite literally wouldn't be happening without each of you. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you. We're so grateful that you're all here, and I'm going to pass the mic over to Dan. After these speeches, let's hit up the bar. We'll get the dance floor moving.
Test 1, 2. Good evening, everybody. I hope everyone enjoyed that beautiful wedding, beautiful speech, and most of all, the beautiful air conditioning. Am I right? They got a good one here. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Dan Quaisbarth. I am the best man of this wedding, and I'm Peter's best friend. We've known each other for quite a while now. We met freshman year of college, probably longer ago than I wish it was, but and from the very beginning, knew I was going to be friends with Peter. I've always been a relatively stressed out person, and Peter, I'll give a couple examples of this later on, but Peter's always been the kind of guy that, regardless of the situation, how you're feeling or what's going on, he can make it fun, he can make it brighter, and just make everybody feel a little bit better about what's going on. So one good example of this actually today, I just noticed. We were all lined up at the door, ready to go down to the ceremony, and we were missing, I think all of the girls. And everyone was kind of getting a little bit nervous, kind of freaking out a little bit, like, okay, are we going? Are we not going? Where are they? And Peter said, everyone, let's just take a deep breath. And everybody just shut up after that. And everything went great after that. And I have countless examples of him doing that same thing for me many times throughout the years. Although he's so good at making things relax, sometimes he gets into a little bit of trouble actually with that. So an example of that was actually our bachelor party, or I guess his bachelor party. It wasn't mine, but I did plan it. We went to Nashville to see the Blues play the Predators. Thankfully the Blues won. They actually whooped some ass, so it was a good weekend. And Friday night, everything was going great. Everyone had shown up. We checked into the Airbnb. Everyone was there, actually, except for Peter. So it was like 9 p.m. It was in March. There was a freak snowstorm, came through the Midwest. His flight got canceled. He tried to look for other flights, but instead of trying to book another flight, he thought, well, how could I get there? The best choice for me is probably just to rent a car and drive the whole way from Dallas to Nashville, 9 hours in a blizzard in a rented Mustang. So that's what he did. And I don't know if it was dumb luck or dedication, but he did get there, except he didn't get there until 7 the next morning. So luckily he pulled off. He made a good decision. He didn't go into a ditch or anything. But he got there. Everything started to go pretty well. I was building some confidence. Like, all right, this weekend's going to turn out okay. Until Sunday morning, when Peter woke up with a dead phone. He was in one bed with 3 groomsmen. And I think it was 30 minutes until his flight home boarded. So again, don't know if it's dumb luck or dedication, but he got on the plane somehow. I don't know how that happened. But he got home to Abby, safe and sound. Successful weekend, just a couple hiccups. But you can probably tell that if he spends any weekend away with Abby, shit kind of just hits the fan pretty quickly. So those are some good examples of how Peter can kind of relax the mood. And I think that's maybe why he needs Abby in his life. I think that's a good example. You can tell if you're around them any given amount of time and have just a few conversations with them. They definitely help each other just be better and be happier to a whole nother level that I didn't really understand until I started hanging out with them together a lot. You can tell that they attack things as a team. A lot of things have changed since the college days, and like Peter mentioned earlier, they relocated to a new state. They just recently bought a house, started their careers. They bought a cat, which is a big deal. Purchased a cat, yeah. And throughout all those changes, they've always been, at least looking in from the outside, seemingly constant. It seems like they've just really been a team throughout all that. They've helped each other, supported each other, and it's really just been beautiful to watch from the outside. So thanks for letting me be part of your special day. I love you guys both very much, and we all love you too. So if you'd all join me in raising your glasses. Yeah, sit down. To Peter and Abby.
All right. I'm Tara Higgins, and I'm one of Abby's matrons of honor. My goal is to get through this with less tears than when Abby did my speech, because you couldn't understand a word she said. But Abby is my my longest friend. We met in kindergarten in Miss Johnson's class, and we locked on and have been friends ever since. We did Girl Scouts together all through the years. We experienced awkward middle school together, weird phases, and high school choir and theater. We just always stuck by each other's side. And then Abby went away to college, away from me, and then she went to Texas and left us here in Missouri. But throughout our time together, our friendship ebbed and flowed, as many do, and we had times when we were tighter and times when we faded away for a long time. And even throughout that time, Abby was the person who I knew I could always turn to. She was that constant friend in my life who, even if I hadn't talked to her in forever, I could turn to her with anything, and she would be there for me. And that is my favorite thing. I love that about Abby. So, yeah. But additionally, Abby is unintentionally hilarious when she doesn't mean to be, and just loves everything with her whole heart. And she feels all her emotions in the best way possible. Although many things have changed since we started being friends in 2006, Abby is still the same fantasy book loving nerd that she's always been. But I think Peter's turned her into a hockey fan, which is surprising. And them together is something that is really beautiful to experience. Just like he was saying, Peter's fun loving attitude and goofiness really brings out Abby's confidence and happiness, and they balance each other out so well. They've stayed by each other's sides through all of those changes that we mentioned, and I'm just excited to see the future they continue to go into together. I've seen Abby through all the different phases in life, and I am very glad to say that she has found her true love in Peter. So, to Abby and Peter.
I should have gone first because they both released my emotions. Okay. So if you do not know me, my name is Olivia Miller. Abby's been my best friend for about 9 years now. We met in choir in 8th grade, and Abby hated me because I stole her unspoken title of Best Soprano in choir. Oh, the hatred was longer than that. Okay. But we really became friends freshman year of high school when we had gym class together. And we vented a lot about our lives, and we bonded really quickly over that. Abby has shown me what a great friend is, what it means. Stop it. What it means to be a great friend. She showed me unending kindness and support through all of the best and worst times of both of our lives. And I know I will never find another friend like her. And she moved to Texas. She left me. I'm just kidding. Obviously, I do miss you, but I know that you're happy where you are. And most of you know that Peter and Abby met at S&T, partially because of me. I will take a little bit of credit for this. She came down to visit me for St. Pat's, and we hung out with Peter and Evan. And on Friday and on Saturday, we had a conversation before we left. Abby said, "I think I'm gonna kiss Peter tonight." And I said, "I think I'm gonna kiss Evan tonight." And we succeeded, and we are now both officially married to both of those people. And she has been saying she's going to marry Peter for all 4 of those years. And I'm so happy that the day is finally here. And congratulations to the both of you.